Welcome to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone. We're live inside Muscatine Hy-Vee on 2nd Avenue in Muscatine. Streaming on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Now, here's Tony Tone.
I feel like the New Year's baby with this derby cap on. You know, you put a derby hat on your desk in your office, and everybody that walks by is like, "What, are you going to a party?" And nobody thinks I do anything here anyway. So then you have like a fun hat on your desk, and they're like, "What are you doing today? Having a party?" And then I found this inflatable ornament. We had that massive holiday balloon arch that got moved across the store, and this must have fallen off of it. So I don't know if anybody out there needs a massive ornament, but check that out. I mean, this thing is pretty cool. Steve, it's coming at you. There you go, pal. We'll just now you have to keep it in the air the whole show. You can't let it touch the ground because the floor is lava. I don't want you to forget that, Steve. The floor is lava here in the Market Grill Express. That's why it's so quiet in here, because everybody fell into the lava and they're now dead. No, it's just quiet in here, and that's okay. I'm going to be honest with y'all. This is one of those shows that's going to run on adrenaline, thoughts, prayers, and beautiful Starbucks espresso. Lord, give me the strength. Because the stomach bug showed up at my house last night, and it claimed the 4-year-old and the 7-year-old, and it's going around, and it's bad. This is not influenza, although influenza is also bad this year. This is that hopefully quick hitter of a stomach bug. So I'm feeling great. Baby woke up good, got her out the door with me, you know, kind of put her in like the bubble wrap and just ran to the car, put her in the car seat. Like, let's get you out of here. Sweet, innocent baby. Because I can handle a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old sick. I don't want to see a 14-month-old baby sick. That's no mas. So I'm here with you, and I think I slept last night. I had a little bit of vertigo driving this morning. That's a weird feeling. There was a bus on 2nd Avenue near the stepping stones, and I'd come to a stop, and I felt like my car was still moving. I don't know if you've had vertigo lately. It's just marvelous. So please get some sleep if you're out there, and let me just take a sip of this. And our guests are going to be very patient. I want to just hit a couple of things before we get to our guests that are here. We've got a 12-hour sale here at the store tomorrow. It's right there on your screen, 8 to 8, Thursday. I know what you're thinking, Tony, 77-cent brats. Have you looked at the forecast? It's going to be pretty decent the next couple of days. So I haven't put away my grill. I'm actually pulling up the weather right now. So even though there's a little chance for rain tomorrow, the high on Thursday is 55 degrees. Today's high on Wednesday, 54. So get here tomorrow for the 12-hour sale. Buy a whole bunch of brats. And I'm not saying you have to get outside and grill them. You could cook them in the house. Whatever you want to do with them. 77 cents each is a great price. And also a good deal on Bacardi, the 1.75 big bottles. When you buy 2 of them, $15.99 with a fuel saver. You can see the deals on the screen. 2 liters of Coke product, 77 cents. For 12 hours only, though, right? So don't show up at 7 a.m. or don't show up at 9 p.m. because you'll have missed the 12-hour window. So just keep that in mind when you look at a 12-hour ad like that. We want to see you. It's Wednesday, so we've got brand new Hy-Vee ad out with hot deals on the front page that you'll find throughout the store. So you can look for that ad inside your Discover Muscatine newspaper. That's kind of the little crop from, I cropped out the front page of the ad. So I just want you to know those Halo Mandarin oranges for a 3-pound bag. The other day they were $6. Now they're $2.48. So I'm not good at math, but that's an awesome deal. Dare I say hot. Dole celery, 49 cents. Hy-Vee butter, $1.67. Vegetables for 24 cents. Wow. That's cheap. Pepsi products, 4 for $9.88. So a really good deal on those 12 packs. And you got to purchase 4 of them. You can see it right there. Or the, what does that say, Chad? Or the 8, is it the 8 packs or 6 packs? If you zoom in on the Pepsi. For a purchase of 4, 12-pack cans or the 8-pack 12-ounce bottles. Okay, there you go. Great. All right. One more thing. Wellness Wednesday is going on, and this will be a good segue to our guests that are here. So each and every Wednesday in the store on Wellness Wednesday, you can save 10% off everything you buy in the health market, 10% off organic produce, and 10% off health and beauty care items. So if you need to stock up, feel free to do so. And I encourage you to come here on Wellness Wednesday. Sue Ryan on Facebook says, grab some ginger tea to soothe the stomachs. I've never heard of that suggestion. Ginger tea. Sue, I'm just rocking with a whole bunch of espresso right now, and it's going to be all I need, I think. All right, so our guests are here. Good segue talking about Wellness Wednesday, being healthy. I was at Unity Point Health yesterday at Cindy Burr's office, and we've got Nancy Carlisle to my right. She's the Diabetes Education and Wellness Manager with Unity Point Health, and Anna Mason-Garb is back, Community Relations Coordinator. I'll give you just a little elbow wave just in case. I feel fine. I'm always the last one to be affected by these stomach bug things. It's so weird. Like, it'll knock the kids out, then my wife will get it, and then I'm fine. And then all of a sudden, it just gets me. So, yeah. And I said before we started, we were at Cindy Burr's office yesterday. I had my oldest there, and she said that they had to stop taking people into Express Care because it was so busy. So people are sick with the colds and stuff now. It's just that time of year. And I don't know. I washed my hands probably 8 times yesterday. So I don't know. Is that I was like, oh, there's a kid puking. Cool. Let me just keep washing my hands, right?
That is the number one defense mechanism.
Really?
Is sanitation,
hand
washing.
It seems like it's such a simple thing.
Vegetables, to be
Okay.
eating your fruits and vegetables.
So just that diet, that strong diet.
Healthy aspect always.
Good.
To keep us healthy.
Ay. So, yeah, it's just that time of year, right? And obviously getting a flu shot also will help. And we were just saying, Nancy said, on the news, there have been 2 confirmed deaths in the state of Iowa from influenza, something that you can protect yourself against with a simple shot.
People
right?
that are greatest risk are children and
Yeah.
elderly. And then persons who have chronic conditions like diabetes. So we strongly encourage immunizations for persons with chronic disease.
And I didn't know that. And obviously November National Diabetes Awareness Month. So folks that have diabetes are at a higher risk for things like influenza.
Right.
I didn't know that. Gosh, it's one thing to have to deal with type 1 or type 2.
And then we have to deal with other illnesses.
Jeez. So, and Nancy has type 1, and so I'm assuming you got your flu shot,
I did.
right? Because you want to be well equipped.
I think I've gotten my flu shot for the last 40 years.
Holy
Wow.
moly. That's awesome.
Yeah, I remember lining up in college in
Yeah.
1979.
Oh my gosh.
And the Asian flu was coming around, and it was the great big procession around of getting all of this.
Jeez Louise. Anna, did you get your flu shot?
I did.
Good.
I did get my flu shot. They come around in little carts at the hospital.
Yeah.
And I was avoiding it for a second. I'm not a shot person. And so they come into my office and they say, "Hey, we missed you. We're here now for you."
Missed you.
And I said, "Oh."
It's kind of hard when they come to your office.
Thanks.
Like,
yeah.
I was gonna say,
can't run from them then.
How are you supposed to avoid? Yeah, even if you don't like shots per se, if it comes to your office and they're like, "Hey, guess what? We got the flu shot for
Yeah.
you."
Yeah, it
Which
is
is
a
a good
mandatory
thing, yes.
part of our employment.
It is.
Gotcha.
To get it,
Okay.
but I would still get it anyway.
Yeah, I got
For
mine.
protection.
And the best part, again, when I got mine here at Hy-Vee, people were trying to say that I got it too soon. And I thought,
don't think so this year.
Yeah,
because
well, if 2
it takes
people
a
have
couple weeks
died, I mean, that's
to
terrible.
Build your immunization up.
right, that's important. It's
So-
not really effective until almost 2 weeks after you received it, right? It's just
And the season
ridiculous.
seems to be early this year with our crazy weather and
right.
contacts of people.
Oh, the crazy weather is driving me crazy. Well, I've got the awesome hat. I wanted
Thank
you
you
to
for
know. I
wearing
didn't know
that
if you
again.
wanted this back, so it's been in my office since last
It's
week.
probably making a greater impact in your office than on my head. Because people are asking you
One
about
side,
it.
yeah, they
So
want to know what's the
purpose
deal.
of that hat
Sure.
was the honoring of the color of blue, which is for National Diabetes Awareness
Sure.
Month, which is this month. And last week we were on because of the International World Diabetes Day.
Right.
And so we've had good rapport and good outpouring of lots of information this past week and this month.
I love
so
it.
the importance of all of that is looking at our future and protecting ourselves.
Sure.
We're trying to lower our risk of developing diabetes.
Yeah.
Because it is a chronic disease. It is not fixable once you have it, but we can fix it prior.
Yeah, and if I mean that assessment that I took on the show, Chad, you have Nancy's mic okay? I can share with her if I need to. It's okay? Okay. So I took that assessment on the show, and then I think I've got most of the blue stamp off my thumb at this point. I was like, next day I had a little blue on there. And that's what it's all about, is trying to make Muscatine County aware of
Absolutely.
how because diabetes is not something that affects a small group of people.
No, it's not.
Right.
And here in Muscatine County, it's a large percentage of our population. We have about 17.9%, roughly
Holy
18% of our population of Muscatine County has diabetes.
And that's between type 1 and type 2.
Correct.
Is there a higher number of type
2? Yes.
There's a higher number of type 2?
Yes.
Oh,
Because,
no.
remember that type 1 is an autoimmune disorder.
Correct. Sure.
And so it's in that same category of rheumatoid arthritis, psoriasis, thyroid disease, etc. Whereas type 2 is some genetics, but it's also some risk factors that we can change.
Sure.
Lifestyle modifications of exercise, managing our weight, and that healthy eating. So I'm super excited that the Hy-Vee ad this week is 3 things right away.
Yeah.
Fruits and vegetables.
How about it, right?
One
That
of
celery
our best
is great.
things that we can help ourselves is incorporating and changing eating habits.
Well, and for, again, someone like yourself to have had to manage type 1 and then be in the line of work that you're in, you have the most empathy when you encounter people that are dealing with it and
I just
managing
came
it.
from a conference last week on the Day of Diabetes.
Sure.
That we had a wonderful speaker about empathy.
Okay.
And what an impact it makes for persons, because including your physicians, just having that kind word, that empathetic touch of knowing that you are going through something really traumatic made a big difference in their outcomes.
Oh, yeah, I
reducing
bet.
their risk factors and looking at their A1Cs just by being kind.
Well, and I imagine, obviously, for people that are going to be receiving a diagnosis of, and that's one of the things I wanted to talk about with that type 2, it's got to be tough and, probably devastating to some degree. Not to say that type 1 isn't, obviously the same thing, but yeah, I mean, once that, so I guess what I have written down is after diagnosis for folks that are going to, receive that type 1 or type 2, what happens next? I mean, does that diagnosis come via their primary care provider, and then I'm assuming it's that A1C test, right? That hemoglobin blood test that can kind of indicate that. But then what happens, or what should happen next if somebody is out there that's maybe thinking, again, it's not something that you want to, nobody ever wants to be told, like, hey, you got type 2 diabetes or you have cancer or something like that. But the reality is that they both affect a lot of people. So what happens after that moment for those folks?
So thanks for correlating it with cancer.
Sure.
Because people, get that cancer diagnosis and they know right away that they need to be treating and taking care of themselves.
Sure.
With diabetes, sometimes people don't take that seriously. They had their grandparents or some other people involved in it, but they need immediately to be starting to take that great care, because it is in that first year of diagnosis that we can make the greatest impact on the future. So by helping to get better eating habits, increasing our physical activity, lowering that blood sugars overall, will give them protectiveness for 10 years.
Wow.
A decade. So for investing for yourself in a year of taking really great care of yourselves can make a difference for a decade.
It's absolutely unbelievable, right? And every one of us knows someone that has type 1 or type 2. Anna, you probably have people in your life that deal with this every day. And it's tough when it's younger people, like kids, that are trying to manage type 1 amongst, being a student. But it does seem like the technological advances are getting better with the insulin pumps, and the fact that you can monitor it on a cell phone now, I think, is wild. And a lot of kids will decorate the pumps. If I'm getting that all right, right?
You are getting that all correct.
Okay,
yes, and the technology is there. It's wonderful.
My friend Donna on Facebook, her daughter has these intricate designs she does. I think she had a Harry Potter one and some other fun things that they're able to do. And that's what it's all about, right? Until they can get that cure, is such a tough word with type 1.
I think it is with children with type 1 diabetes, that becomes their norm. It's their routine of checking their blood sugars, checking their routines. But having the technology available, I really worry more about some of our mid-age persons who develop diabetes, because for such a long time they just think, I just hit 50. I'm just getting older. I'm not as alert. I'm not I'm just tired from work and all the other things, where it really is truly a chronic disease that is happening for them. And so getting to their physicians, getting to places like Unity Point Diabetes Education Center so that we can help them to change their lifestyles and start to get, knowledge is power.
Absolutely. And that's, Anna, for you to have somebody like Nancy Carlisle as a coworker, she's just a rock star. Yeah. And again, she can get out, and you're not afraid to get out in front of as many people as possible. And with Anna's job, I mean, that's what you're here for, is to kind of be that mouthpiece for Unity Point Health and to be at the right events. But when you have some very talented coworkers, Nancy being one of them. I mentioned Cindy Burr is great. I see Doug Dawson in here all the time, Dr. Dawson. So it's got to make you feel good about what you get to do, right?
And especially when we have coworkers and employees that deal with those, and she can speak on that at a different level than anyone else can, and so that's why we're so lucky to have her. And she, like you said, is so willing to go out into the community and talk about these things.
Sure.
And it's something really important that everyone in our community needs to know, whether they're affected directly or indirectly.
Yeah, it's tough. It's I feel like there's definitely certain health-related things that we talk more about than others. Mental health we could always talk more about. But for sure, I mean, as much as there's great events with the Muscatine Diabetes Project Walk and the efforts that they're able to do, but we can always do more for the awareness part, right?
The awareness
and that's,
part.
I think you hit the nail on the head, Nance, when you talk about folks that are not, and I'm not saying that we're neglecting an age bracket, but it does seem like there is a certain demographic of folks that could use a little bit more love, recognition, whatever. And I think that's in that, what would you say, like 30 to 50
One
range?
of the risk factors was being over age 40.
Okay.
And so here's that category of persons again. We're changing our demographics, and persons I see many, many more persons with diabetes diagnosis in their 40s and 50s than I did when I first became a diabetes educator. So my average career persons at that time were in their 80s that I was seeing when I first became a dietitian. And now my average client is 42.
Okay, so something is going on, y'all. Like these aren't made up stats.
No.
So something has to change, and that's just it, right? I mean, if you're able to control this and you can adjust the diet a little and you can increase your activity level. I don't know. I mean, it just doesn't have to be, and there's so many great resources that we're looking at. Like it just doesn't have to be your future. I mean, you can really be in control of it, and that's where you got to start with getting. You got to see your PCP on a regular basis. We've got this Friday the free A1C checks here at Hy-Vee, which is an awesome opportunity for folks to kind of know where they're at. But again, if that happens, and you're in, Muscatine County, you've got awesome resources like Nancy, and that's where that coordinated care comes into play, right?
Yes.
So you go from that test to the results to then getting a plan in place,
Correct.
right?
And it is that plan in place for that education piece. Not only getting that routine physicals from your physician, those check-ins, getting other lab works done, like your cholesterol levels, thyroid levels, because those are at risk factors too for you. And then just good management, making sure you're taking your medication.
Sure.
So now all of a sudden you have a whole team of coworkers that are helping take care of you.
Sure.
So from education, like myself as a dietitian, to the pharmacist, to a physical therapist sometimes if you need to get busy and get active again, make sure that knee doesn't hurt too bad as you start getting out there.
Sure.
All those come on board.
So it is a big change, but it's good to know again that if that is the reality for somebody, when you're in Muscatine County, everybody's making a concentrated effort every day, and that's what's so nice about what you're able to do locally, so folks don't have to feel like they have to go, out of town. And that's why when we were here last week with everybody, I mean, we had so many different people from different walks, but diabetes, there's so many. From Mel with the Y to Allison Castle. It was just nice to have that group here and to have you back again, because it's something that we need to keep talking about.
They're a wonderful support network here in Muscatine County, from the Parks and Recreation with our wonderful citywide bike paths and walking paths, to the Y, which is a wonderful resource here in our community, the Diabetes Project itself, and all of the outreach that is being able to done. Unity Point and our resources that are available to us with care coordination, as you mentioned, the education piece, helping with scholarships if we need, the public health piece.
So that's just it. Like, if it's the reality, you're in good hands. I mean, right? I mean, that can be so crucial. And look at all the information that we have online, on social media, right? I mean, it's all about surrounding that individual with the most amount of care options. And you can really, feel good about your choices when you're in town. So please keep that in mind, if you need to have that conversation with that primary care provider, or if you receive the diagnosis and maybe you haven't crossed paths with Nancy. So how do they get to you, Nancy? Do they have to have like a referral? Okay.
Yes, but if somebody just was listening to us today, called our center, and we could start connecting those pieces. So just that contact back to our center, and we can reach out to the primary care providers to get the referral.
It's absolutely fantastic. And again, Anna, for you get to kind of watch all these it's like a giant puzzle. It's Unity Point Health puzzle with everything that encompasses it. And I was at Northport yesterday, right? So I'm having a good experience with Cindy Burr, and then watching folks that are waiting to get help with Express Care, and then right down the hallway they've got people taking care of ENT issues. So it's a substantial investment. With just in the last 5 or 6 years with that addition of Northport. So it's absolutely fantastic to have it. Anna, I want to ask you, as far as any plans for events, activities coming up that we need to know about?
Well, we do actually have an event, and Nancy can talk about this. It's actually tomorrow at St. Ambrose.
Oh, sweet. Hey, I don't want to brag, but I got St. Ambrose socks on right now, ladies. And my pop socket.
Wow.
Well, Nancy,
you gave her up a public health one? For the pop socket?
Well, okay, now I didn't. You listen. I'm trying, Nance.
I get
I'm trying to get them to pay off my last student loan, and
those are a big investment over time.
Yeah.
So yes.
Yeah.
Anyway,
that's the word I would use. Investment.
At St. Ambrose tomorrow evening,
Sure.
the Trinity Foundation and Genesis Foundation both are sponsoring a comedian to come in, and he is sharing his journey with humor.
Okay.
And so reservations were taken for an extended time period.
Sure.
They are full up. They have no more room at the end, no more tables available.
Yeah.
But it's for those who are coming. We're so excited because there's going to be booths of educators like myself available, other vendors of items about diabetes, meters, information. And then we're getting a meal and entertainment for the evening.
So the comedian has type 1 or type 2 diabetes or what?
It doesn't say on the flyer, and I don't know that.
That's interesting.
Yes.
I love that it's at St. Ambrose, probably at the Rogalski Center.
The Rogalski Center.
Yeah, I'm so old. I was there when the Rogalski Center was brand new. It was just a hill for a while. That's awesome, and I did not know that. Like, that's a great event. So again, November, Diabetes Awareness Month.
And
definitely.
The two foundations coming together.
That's kind of
nice. I think that's really a nice
Yeah.
offering for the community.
And it's really awesome, too, because the Trinity Health Foundation also encompasses not just Muscatine, but the Quad Cities as well.
Sure.
So it's a really great opportunity, not just for Muscatine people to understand the importance of diabetes and how to deal with that, but also people in the Quad Cities as well.
It's awesome to be able to, and a lot of folks will, they have that amazing, like, heart center.
Yes.
Is that in Rock Island, I think?
Yes.
The Unity Point Health. So folks that ever have, issues, if they need to go see, there are a lot of smart people in this organization.
There
right?
really are.
I mean, it's
amazing individuals who have that empathy, that focus values that we have for Unity Point.
It's so fascinating to hear you say that word empathy, because that is Cindy Burr. I mean, she is, and again, I can speak to the same thing with respects to people like Doug Dawson and Dr. Nad Carney and the personal experiences that I've had. But again, I'm not I don't practice medicine, obviously, but as an end user, empathy is so important. And people like Cindy Burr are, obviously, she's a genius. She knows that. But she's so empathetic. And the conversation that I had with her yesterday, I mean, it was just, she's so encouraging, and that whole group you know, they're just it's great people. But that's so fascinating to me that, Nancy, you were at a conference last week and it was talking about being empathetic. Because that is something that, and if you don't know what empathetic means or empathy means, Google it. But it's certainly something that as a collective society, we could stand to have a bit more empathy for each other, right? In every aspect, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and it's it's good timing because that Mr. Rogers movie comes out this week, and if
weekend.
anybody was empathetic, it was Fred Rogers. My gosh. So, all right, if you are dealing with, there you go. There it is, Chad. Thank you. The ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Right. Yeah. It's pretty crucial to be an empathetic person. I tried my best. And sometimes you just have to listen. Right. And
that is part of it. It's that understanding. And how can you understand if you don't listen first?
Yeah. Like Anna and Nancy are being very empathetic of the fact that I'm extremely tired. But they're not going to tell me that I look sleepy. They just feel it. And then they also feel this surge of espresso coming through the Starbucks cup. If you're dealing with and managing type 1 or type 2 diabetes and you don't think you have a support system in Muscatine County, you need to understand that couldn't be further from the truth. There's so many people that want you to know that they care about you and they have empathy and can understand what you're going through, and it's okay. Nobody should feel isolated.
Correct.
I mean, when were you diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, Nancy?
I was 25.
Okay.
So does I have to tell how long ago that was?
You absolutely can say that it was 5 years ago.
All right.
So
5 and counting.
5 and counting. So when that happened, though, so you'd made it 25 years. Did you ever have that feeling of, oh my gosh, I'm the only person that's 25 that just received this diagnosis?
I do remember that day, and I remember when I came back after being hospitalized for a week to my coworkers, and why were you gone? And then I told them that I had type 1 diabetes, and it was like a collective gasp went up, and people stood back. Talk about lack of empathy. It just felt like, oh my gosh, I'm going to catch it from her or something. But almost 40 years ago when that was happening, it was like a death sentence to have type 1 diabetes. And so persons were not wanting to be in association with persons with type 1. I worked in a long-term care facility, and we had many clients, patients there that had type 1 diabetes or type 2. They were losing their legs, they were blind, many of the chronic things that we don't want to happen to people and does not have to happen to persons.
Yeah, and 40 years later, here you are championing the cause and it's just, I can't imagine that they thought they were going to catch. Talk about the tides turning with respect to that education piece. Anna, can you believe that people would have thought like this sweet Nancy Carlisle is contagious with type 1 diabetes?
I just truly remember being in a circle and people stepping back.
That's so troubling to me, but I'm so happy that we're at where we're at, but there's still work to be done, right? I mean, in that effort, if we come back to trying to get Muscatine County to come on board and to take that little screening and have folks understand the risk factors so that they can start to make better choices.
Right. So in today's paper again is the risk test again.
Oh, is it?
So
That's
you
great.
Can go ahead and take it again or share it with somebody again.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. All right, any plans for Santa to be at the hospital? We get Santa?
Not that I know of yet. We
right.
should be nailing that down though soon.
Cool.
But we do have an event coming up in December on the 5th.
Okay.
It's the Usborne Book Fair, and that's through the Trinity Muscatine Friends, which are our wonderful volunteers. And all of those proceeds go back into the hospital so that we can buy the equipment that our patients need, all of that fun jazz. And the books are really targeted towards your younger readers, so baby board books to your first chapter book. So in great time for Christmas.
Yeah, I was going to say that times out really well, and that's on the 5th of December, which is, what is that? That's Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Because Friday is the 6th. So that'll be going on in the hospital in the entryway.
Yep, in the lobby from 8 to 4.
perfect, 8A to 4P. Yeah, that group, Trinity Muscatine Friends, pretty awesome group of people.
Yes, they are.
I can tell you, as someone that's had 3 children in this town, just the nice touch of like the blankets that they make and the little hats that are crocheted and the friendly faces that are often at the front desk.
Right, at the front desk, they're volunteers.
Yeah.
They do so much for our community and for our hospital.
Yeah, it's important. Again, I mean, as much as it is a business, it can't just operate that way. It has to be a community organization, and that's why you see Unity Point Health out and about so much, because they understand that you have to serve people in a variety of ways, and a lot of it is education and coming on to shows like this and having conversations that maybe it's tough to hear about. How many people? What was it?
17.9% of our county has diabetes, and it is higher than the state average.
So almost 20% of Muscatine County has type 1 or type 2 diabetes.
Yes.
And the staggering part is that it's more folks with type 2 than type 1. That's what you said.
That absolutely is correct, and that does not factor in the persons who have pre-diabetes. And so in our county, it's 1 out of 7 persons who has pre-diabetes. And in the state, it's 1 out of 9. So again, we have greater risk factors here in our county.
And right now, I mean, there's over 7 people in the Market Grill. So there you go, right? I mean, it's very real. So, but it has to start with having that good, primary care provider, and then letting this network, this coordinated care, this Unity Point Health umbrella is my all-time analogy. The fact that you got to have umbrellas. You open the umbrella, it has everything you got under it, or maybe it's on
all
the outside.
All those spokes.
Right? All of those different branches. Maybe a tree analogy works better.
No, I like the spokes and umbrellas.
Thank you, Nancy. Nancy says, Tony, we'll give you 10% of all umbrella sales. But just look right there, right? From behavioral health services to the birthplace, lab, of course, military affairs. It's more than just, maybe you only go to see your doctor for a physical. If that's it, God bless you. You're doing something
You're
right.
checking out.
Yeah, just get that done. But just know that it's so much more. And I mean, just looking at that as someone that's still relatively new, holy moly, there's so much, right?
Yes, there's a lot of cogs that go into Unity Point Health, Trinity Muscatine, and so it can be a little bit overwhelming, but the great thing is that it is overwhelming. I get to learn about all these great opportunities that we offer within our hospital and our great departments and people that work there. So I've met people that have worked there for 10 years that are still learning about what is being offered.
Isn't that wild?
The beautiful thing of healthcare is that we're always changing.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be able to meet the need and serve in so many ways. I see a blue hat. Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Nance, did you borrow that hat from that lady? What?
I loaned it to her that day, too.
Listen, I want you to take this back. I don't want people to think I'm stealing this hat. I'm happy to have it, but if it needs to go back, I mean, listen.
All right, we'll let it go back and put it in our case for next year, and we'll bring it back again.
I don't want people to think, Tony just mooches stuff on that show. Look, he probably doesn't pay for it. Listen, I paid for the Starbucks, and I'm sending the hat back, all right? And I did have the blue thumb, and I'm happy to have conversations about getting people healthy, and that's a great group of folks right there. So thank you both for being here. Again, November Diabetes Awareness Month going on. A lot of opportunities. And it's not just November. When December rolls around, if you get that
still going to be there, and we'll still be there to help you, too.
Yeah, and again, ultimately, we want there to be the quote-unquote cure so that we don't have to have, the blue hat's nice, but wouldn't it be nice to say, hey, listen, they figured it out?
I'd retire tomorrow.
Yeah, Nancy. I'd put Nancy out of a job. So maybe we, I don't know how she's sitting, but maybe we give her another year with this diabetes thing before we figure it out. But that's what people are doing every day. They're trying to perfect the pancreas, and there's all these advances. There are people in labs right now, I bet, that are close.
We're really blessed. The University of Iowa has a grant from the Eagles, and it's an amazing gift that the Eagles nationwide have given to the University of Iowa, and they bring in premier researchers That's
awesome.
right in our backyard.
Yeah, I'm telling you, there's a lot of talented people in the healthcare industry across Muscatine County and the outer lying areas, and it's great. Well, I appreciate you both being here. Thank you very much.
You're welcome, Tony.
I'll give you the little elbow bump just in case. I don't want to be the guy that passes on any germs or whatever because my kids are sick. But I appreciate you being here. Book fair on the 5th of December, 9 to 4? 8 to 4. 8 to 4 at the hospital at Unity Point Health. And again, if you need to have a conversation with somebody like Nancy Carlisle, talk to your primary care provider, PCP, your doctor, and let that coordination machine go into effect to work for you. Because that's what it's there for. Yep. It's not there. Listen, if 17% of our community is affected, it's not gonna. You're gonna be busy, Nance. That's a lot.
I've been busy. It certainly is all the time. I got to go back to clients right now.
Okay. All right. We have to get Nancy out of here, everybody. All right. Perfect. We'll go to what do we got, Chad? ILCAM. All right. CVI Bank and Trust ILCAM in the health market. Speaking of health and wellness, it's Wellness Wednesday, so save that 10% off today on all purchases in the health market or on health and beauty care items. So if you are, maybe you're looking for some gluten-free products, of course they've got everything. I mean, just in that shot right there, you can see some of the Cliff bars. So those are awesome, right? Everything is 10% off. It's a good savings. And the organic produce as well, right? That's a whole other part of it. Organic produce right out in the produce department, get you taken care of. And then if you need things like health and beauty care, maybe you need a comb or a toothbrush or some new cologne, I don't know. Maybe you want to smell like Starbucks all day, but not all the time. 10% off on Wellness Wednesday. So I've taken advantage of that. Maybe I probably should buy a new toothbrush. Don't they say that if, you got whatever bugs in your house, you get a toothbrush? That's one of the things. I tend to like to get my toothbrushes for free. Maybe, Ricky Hetzler with Trinity Muscatine Public Health sends a couple toothbrushes over, or shameless plug for Dr. Clove, my dentist. I think that's where I got my last toothbrush, is when I went for the cleaning, right? You need a By the way, you never say no to the free toothbrush at the dentist, right? Regardless of where you go. They offer you the free toothbrush. You say yes. You can always use one, right? I mean, let's be real. All right, Steve probably heading towards the health market. With the Toyota Muscatine cart cam. It's about that time, I reckon. So again, just talking more about that Wellness Wednesday and an opportunity for you to save. What a great department that is. And there we go, looking at some fruit, right? You know what? I got to tell you, that's not an original idea, having the free fruit for kids, but we've had that in the store for almost 2 years, and it's definitely one of the most popular things that we've been able to offer. So please take advantage of that the next time you're in the store. All right, so here goes Steve behind the 2020 Toyota Muscatine cart cam, cruising across the front of the house. Great shot of the red down arrows hanging from the ceilings. Those things are massive, and the low price lockdown signage. And we're going to go towards that health market. Steve, I'm thinking if you can hear me, we'll go maybe down the vitamin aisle, because that's a whole other animal that's 10% off with Wellness Wednesday. Biggest selection of vitamins in Muscatine County, bar none. And you can save 10% on Wednesday. Hello, friends. Those folks are like, does that cart have a camera mounted to it? So here goes Steve towards the health market, and skirt, there's the vitamin aisle. Look at that. Everything in there, 10% off. So maybe you need some vitamin C or you need some, multi-grain vitamin, some supplements. Look at it. I mean, there's so many options. I walk down there once or twice a week, and I'm just floored at how much variety there. I mean, you could really pinpoint it. And they've got it broken down. I mean, you can see right there, women's health, children's health, joint health. Got something going on in my elbow. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just tightness from typing so much. Maybe there's a vitamin I could take. Put a little joint health vitamin on there. I don't know. But it's all 10% off today. Look at that. It's just uniformed. It looks great. Whole body health. Can I just get the whole body pill to make my body better? Metabolism. Maybe I need that one today. Metabolism, brain, and mood. Oh, boy. What do you have? Is that just encapsulated espresso? I'll take it. I'm going to hit the wall at some point today. So if you see me in the store and I'm standing up sleeping, just nudge me towards the MyPillow display if you'll have it. And, of course, frozen stuff in the health market as well. Everything that you can see 10% off on the Wellness, I say Wellness Wednesday. And Steve, since you're there, if you keep going straight, all that makeup would also be 10% off. So, yeah, I mean, it encompasses more than just the health market. So all that makeup that's on that cool display. And maybe you don't think of Hy-Vee when it comes to buying makeup, but look, Maybelline, CoverGirl, Clever Girl, L'Oreal, and other makeup brands that I'm not familiar with, 10% off. So maybe you need some foundation or mascara, lipstick. I don't know if I know any other makeup terminology. Nail polish. Maybe you need, maybe Steve needs an eyebrow comb. I don't know. Steve's looking for an eyebrow pencil. Well, Steve, it's 10% off today if you need it, pal. I need to get my eyebrows. They're a little wild. I get that one hair that sticks up and I look like a wild man. But I don't know if you've ever tried to, like, I'm not saying that I've tried to trim my own eyebrows because I would end up with no eyebrows and then that would be a bad look for a while. Because how long does it take to regrow eyebrow hair? Does anybody know that? Like, I'm sitting here, 20 days into, I'm not really doing No Shave November. I'm just trying to grow my goatee back. I feel like it would take long. And I'm not saying I want to try this out. Like, on tomorrow's show, we're going to shave an eyebrow and see how long it takes to regrow. But maybe back in the day, you accidentally did that. You're trying to trim it up, and then all of a sudden you go too far. So that's why I leave that up to the experts. I don't want to, because my wife always points out, you get that one wild eyebrow hair. And I'm like, what do you want me to do about it? Because if I try to trim it, I'm going to have no eyebrow, right? It's just not going to be a good look for me. Nobody wants that, right? It would be alarming, to say the least. All right, it's just on this side right here, a little eyebrow action. And try to just, can you imagine, though? No brows? Oh, my gosh, that would be a bad look. Oh, boy, nobody wants that. Then this is what I've got, 20 days, I shaved the stash on Halloween night, and this is what I'm, not really doing No Shave November. Just like I said, just trying to get that goatee back. And it takes a little bit of time. So I don't know if there's a vitamin that promotes facial hair growth. Maybe there is. You saw all those vitamins. I don't know. What do we got? We got beard growing pills over there? Maybe. I don't know. All I can do is look, right? All right, so November 20th, it's National Education Support Professionals Day. So that would mean people like paras, like para-educators that find themselves helping out in classroom settings. So shout out to anybody that is a education support professional in whatever capacity you find yourself. Definitely a tough gig, right? I picked my son up a little early from school yesterday, and it's amazing how many people are at places like our elementary schools and all the different moving parts. Holy moly. I mean, I was there for 10 minutes and there were just, my gosh, yeah. And that's what I went to school for initially, was to be a high school English teacher. I can't even imagine what that is like at Muscatine High School, right? I mean, I've been in the high school a couple of times when school was going on and in between classes, and it's just incredible. And I went to a big high school, but it's just not something that I experience that often. Sure, it can get busy here at the store, but I'm talking about a lot of people. And by the way, if you're wondering where the busiest place in Muscatine was yesterday, 4 o'clock, don't ever go to the... And why can I not update my address on my driver's license online? I tried to go to the DMV. I don't even know if it's a DMV, the driver's license station at the mall. There were, and I'm not exaggerating, they were on ticket number 81. I printed a ticket. It was 94. There were 13 people in front of me. There were no open chairs. It was the busiest place I've ever seen in my life. And all I need to do is update my stupid address from when I moved. And I know I moved in June. I just don't have a lot of time to get over there. When is a good time to go? Or can one of you, is anybody out there retired? Can you just go do it for me? Can I just get it's ridiculous. How can we not do that online? You can renew your license online, which I've done. But to change my address, I got to go over there and wait that long? I don't have time for that. Oh, my gosh. It was like a party. I opened the door, and it was like, why is it so busy? I mean, it was wild. So that lasted about 2 minutes before we split. My son was like, I'm not waiting. And I was like, yeah, you and me both, pal. So I don't know if I need to go right now. I mean, we're sitting here. It's 9:17 in the morning. Is it quiet there? I don't know. When is it safe to go? Listen, Steve, maybe you can go update my license for me. What do you think? You just bring in the MyPillow box and say, hey, my coworker, Tony, would love to. Look at how happy Mike Lindell is. Yeah. Hey, listen, I went as the guy for Halloween and bought the pillow that I had, walked around with all day as the prop, and I use it every night. So I guess I'm endorsing the product. It is good for my health. Thank you. Is it 10% off on Wellness Wednesday? It should be. Look at that. Patented adjustable. I keep giving this guy free advertisement. And one of these days, we're just going to get a check in the mail. Or Mike's just going to walk in that door, and have a seat. Hello, it's me. I don't know how he sounds, but imagine he'd be excited to be here. All right, National Education Support Professionals Day. It's Peanut Butter Fudge Day. Oh, my, doesn't that sound good? Peanut butter fudge. Woo! 'Tis the season. If you're doing baking, and if you ever want any, people here at Hy-Vee, I don't know if you know this, my coworkers, they love sampling things. So if you're ever out there trying to test a recipe, like if you're a home baker or whatever, feel free to bring that over. And it's also National Absurdity Day, which I found amusing. So just wanted to mention that for you. All right, couple of things to tell you, and we're going to wrap up. Again, the 12. Actually, I want to mention our guest tomorrow. So I had kind of a little scheduling snafu, and that's okay. It happens. But tomorrow we're going to talk to Paul Elshoff, one of the members of Lefty and the Spinners. So that's cool. Lefty and the Spinners are playing a show November 30th at the Salvation Army. So how cool is that? Lefty and the Spinners, I believe, in contention to go into the Iowa Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and had a nice exchange of messages with Paul Elshoff last night. And I don't know if anybody else is going to be joining him tomorrow. We'll find out today. But Paul will be here at 8:30 tomorrow morning right here on the show. So I appreciate Paul for making that happen. That was just fantastic. So that'll be good to talk to him. I don't know if I've ever seen Lefty and the Spinners in the 7 years that I've been in town, but they are certainly well known, and they're doing a show November 30th at 7 o'clock at the Salvation Army. And just right, rock the red kettle. It's all right there. Look at this. I don't even have to say anything else. Lieutenant Bach, take it away. Mm-hmm. That's great. Free admission. How about it? At the Salvation Army. 1000 South Oregon Street. Missed the board meeting yesterday. Sorry about that. Missed 2 board meetings yesterday. I'm a bad board member, all right? I apologize. I was there in spirit, I promise. All right, couple of things to mention. Let's see. Amy on Facebook says, you deserve a sponsorship from Mike for MyPillow. I think you advertise for them every day. Listen, the gravy train is about to stop, Amy, because if they're not going to reciprocate the love, I can't be expected to just shill for this guy any longer, because this guy's rich, and I'm not. But I would, in a second, if he wants to send a check, I'm in, right? I mean, I've sold out for less, so just let the record state. I got 3 kids. I will sell out happily. Maybe I could be the new MyPillow guy. It's a whole new era. Not that I'm probably a little bit younger than Mike. Not that he needs to come off the box, but I'm available. Have your people call my person, Mike. We'll get that taken care of. All right, this 12-hour sale tomorrow is exciting. Starts at 8 a.m., goes till 8 p.m. I love when we're able to do things like this. There's a teaser for this on the front page across the bottom of this week's Discover Muscatine with a little QR code that you can scan, and it'll take you to the ad. So if you're out there, you can see the ad online. It's on our Facebook page. It's on Instagram. It's on Twitter. But you can also go to discovermuscatine.com/Hy-Vee and see the ad for yourself. 8 to 8 Thursday, 77-cent brats, Bacardi Limon, Superior, or Bacardi Oak Heart, $15.99 per bottle. Must buy 2 plus deposit, 5-cent fuel saver. You've got some Hy-Vee thin sliced hams, $5.99 per pound with a 5-cent fuel saver. The Street Taco Kit. Make 8 street tacos, chicken or carne asada, $8. How about that? Make 6 tacos, it's $8. Got a little confused. Coca-Cola product, 2 liters. Coke, Diet Coke, Sprite, 77 cents each. Limit 5, awesome deal. Some orange juice on there. Pumpkin bread, BOGO. 7-Up, Sunkist, or Dr. Pepper 12-pack, 4 for $10. The Village Pie Maker pies, those look really good. $12.99 with a 10-cent fuel saver. And how about Donkey? Authentic tortilla chips. That's a product you find in the health market. Those are really good tortilla chips, I got to tell you. 2 for $5. And, of course, the Hy-Vee 5-pound russet potatoes 'tis the season. You're going to be making some mashed potatoes. So don't miss that 12-hour sale on Thursday. Chef Scott, Friday night dinner, chicken satay. That's like a peanut sauce. Oh, my gosh. I don't know if you've ever had chicken satay. Chicken satay. But it's real good. And here's the thing about Chef Scott. He's a professional chef. So I would just say don't cook any of these Fridays. Just let Chef Scott do it. That'll be the best dinner in Muscatine, period. Chicken satay. Sold out of prime rib last Friday. And he had 3 massive prime ribs. The guy was rocking it. And then on Saturday, since we've got it right there, the Iowa Hawkeye game at 11 a.m., Hawkeyes take on Illinois. And you can enjoy the 50-cent drafts, $10 all-you-can-eat appetizer buffet, $2 mixed drinks, well-mixed drinks. And this is the second to the last Iowa Hawkeye regular season football game. So Hawkeyes more than likely going to be bowl. Well, they are bowl eligible, so the Hawks will go bowling. Not sure where they'll end up if they win out. Probably a little bit of a better bowl. But they know that Iowa fans travel, and they are bowl eligible. So we'll have a party for that bowl game when we get to that point in just a few months, right? Isn't that crazy to think about? You know, we're sitting here on the 20th of November. Thanksgiving is next week. Christmas coming down the pike. Hopefully you're ready for all of that. And we are. I'll tell you what, we are here at the store, that's for sure. And Santa and Mrs. Claus will be here on Saturday, by the way. So bring the kids. 10 to noon, Santa, Mrs. Claus. Still trying to figure out exactly the best spot to put them in the store. Probably not here in the Market Grill, since we'll have a raucous crowd for the Hawkeye game. Not to say that Santa isn't a Hawkeye fan, because he is. But we'll have Santa and Mrs. Claus here Saturday from 10 to noon, this Saturday, the 23rd. They're going to be here 4 times in total. The 23rd, this Saturday, you can see on the screen. They'll also be here on December 7th, December 14th, and the 22nd. December 21st, Elsa and Anna from Frozen will be here. So bring the kids, get a picture with Santa, and check that out. All right, we can mention the hot deals again, and then I definitely got to get to that wine sale that starts tomorrow. So hot deals, front page of the Hy-Vee ad. Great opportunities to save. The Halo Mandarin Oranges deal is awesome. 3-pound bag of Mandarin Oranges, perfect for a snack or for a kid's lunch item. $2.48. It was just $6 the other day. Do the math on that. It's awesome. Dole celery, 49 cents. Hy-Vee butter, $1.67. Hy-Vee vegetables, 24 cents. And the Pepsi deal. That's a good one. So check that out right here at your Muscatine Hy-Vee. So that's on the front page of the ad. And then if you took the ad and you flipped it over, you can see the 4-day wine sale. So really excited about that. Cheap price on wine. And with those options, Chad, on the screen, if you mix and match or buy 6 of each, 15% off. Now, the everyday deal on wine, buy 6 bottles, 10%. But from Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you buy 6 bottles or more, 15% off. Awesome deal. The price of those wines already ready to move. If you're thinking is a $7.64 bottle of wine good? Yes. The thing that I'll tell you is I'm not a huge wine drinker, but I've certainly had, $50 bottles of wine and $3 bottles of wine. You like what you like, and if you can save money, do it. You want to talk about a great gift idea. Also 10% off wine gift bags, so think about that. The gift of wine. Because it gets tough as you get older. What are you going to buy people? I don't know. I mean, I don't assume that everybody drinks wine, but like I said yesterday on the show, there's nothing better than finding that bottle of surprise. It's like a surprise. Like, oh, where'd that wine come from? I don't know. Somebody bought it a couple of years ago. Whoa, hot dog. Let's crack it open. You pop the cork. Pretty good cork sound effect. Also this one. There you go. 2 sound effects I can do pretty good. Very entertaining at parties. Get a bottle of wine. Buy 6 bottles. Save 15%. Keep 4, gift 2, gift 4, keep 2, gift 5, keep 1. I don't care what you do. That's just an awesome deal at Wine and Spirits, and they're ready to go. I also love the Think Local 6-packs. Jingle Java, by the way, probably one of the best seasonal beers $6.99 from Bent River in the Quad Cities. That's just an awesome thing that's going on for a couple of more weeks at Wine and Spirits, so don't miss that. The best deal in Muscatine is the buy the ham, get the turkey. And I won't stop talking about this because it's just the math on it. You can't beat it. Hormel Cure 81 boneless ham, $26 to $27. When you buy the ham, you get the turkey for free. Buy the ham, get the turkey. We've got videos, we've got pictures of this, playing catch with the ham. I mean, it's out there. People are loving it. It's the best deal in town. You go to a place like Fairway, they make you spend $50 to then give you a free turkey. We're not doing that. I'll let Mike Church take it away if you've got audio on that, Chad. And you just got to come and check it out. It's absolutely fantastic. Listen to Mike right here.
Hy-Vee shoppers, this is the best deal in town. Buy one Cure 81 ham, and you're going to get a free honeysuckle white turkey. Folks, I'm telling you, you got the turkey for Thanksgiving, the ham for Christmas. You got 2 center of the plate meals for less than $30. Nobody's got that deal, Tony.
I'm open. Hey, this is the best deal in town. Look at the size of this ham, almost 7 pounds. And then you come over here and you get the turkey for free. Buy this, get this. Other places are gonna try and make you spend $50. $27, you get the ham, and the turkey is free. That is a touchdown. Oh, I can drop it. Come and see us.
Allow myself to introduce myself. So that's the best deal ever. You got to check that out at the meat department. Buy the ham, get the turkey. Chad, I'm airdropping you something we'll save just for a minute. Actually, you know what? We can talk about that now. Well, if you've got the holiday meal thing ready, whatever you want to do, holiday meal or the dueling pianos, I'm good with either. This is perfect. All right, so this is Saturday. So from the folks that brought you Almost Friday Fest, it's Dueling Pianos at Geneva. This is a fundraiser for Almost Friday Fest. So our friends Chris Bohr with Bayer, formerly Monsanto, and Brenda Christensen, MPW, they got together. They put on Almost Friday Fest, thousands of people enjoying Thursdays along the riverfront. This is this Saturday. I'm emceeing for them because I guess, you know, I'm not the worst MC. I love Dueling Pianos. If you've never gone to Dueling Pianos, it's a great time. This is awesome. $40 per person or $75 for a couple. You know, Dueling Pianos, it's just that. It's 2 pianos, you know, set up kind of like you can see in that image there. You can make a request, throw a couple bucks in the tip jar. A lot of fun to be had. Looking forward to it. Nice night out. Dueling Pianos, something that doesn't happen that often in Muscatine, so please come out to that. Chris Bohr, Brenda Christensen, they do an awesome job. I was so thankful that they asked me to MC it, so I'll be there, and I hope to see you there as well. Should I have a tuxedo on? Maybe a tuxedo shirt? That's still funny? I don't know. I probably can't pull off a tuxedo shirt. Santa sweater. Yeah, I could get the ugly sweater, Steve is saying. Maybe I'll get a turkey costume. Thanksgiving's next week. So you can see right there, that's the Midwest Dueling Pianos website. Good, clean fun. Right, pianos are just set up like that. I tell you what, they do a ton of different songs. I can tell you that right now. You know, so don't miss out on that. That'll be a great time. I don't know if I've ever seen the Dueling Midwest Pianos, but I've gone to different Dueling Pianos in my life. There's bars in Chicago that have it, and then Comedy Sports in the Quad Cities had Dueling Pianos. Okay, it's a blast, and I want to see you there for sure. What about Thanksgiving? If you don't want to cook on Thanksgiving, if you just want to come to a place like Hy-Vee and take an entire Thanksgiving meal. By the way, we're going to give away one of these meals, so keep an eye on the Facebook page. You're going to give away an entire meal, $89 value. Steve can't win. Sorry. I mean, you could. You're not an Hy-Vee employee, technically, so you could win. You could... Share with Steve, won't you? Invite Steve and the fam to your house. Yeah, he's good company. He can draw things. He drew a turkey the other day. It was marvelous. So for $89, an entire meal, please, if you'll allow it. Oh my gosh, I would have fallen out of my seat to catch that, and that would have been. You know what would have broke my fall is the My Pillow was right there. So for $89, you can get. The full package, a 10 to 12 pound turkey, cooked, carved, ready to go, or a 5-pound ham, 2 quarts mashed potatoes, 1 quart of gravy. How about 2 quarts of green bean casserole? I will happily accept that. Thank you, sir. This is the best thing ever, by the way. 2 quarts green bean casserole, 2 quarts of sage dressing, 12 dinner rolls. Maybe you're thinking, I don't know if I need 12 dinner rolls. Here's the thing. It's all about having the leftovers for the day after Thanksgiving. I'm not working day after Thanksgiving. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to eat cold turkey. You know what I can't quit? I can't quit cold turkey. I can't quit cold turkey. It's the best. My voice is reverberating off of this inflatable ornament. I never thought I'd have so much fun with a inflatable ornament, but I'm going to keep this. This is mine now, and so is this. To quote people on Facebook, them are mine. All right. What else do I need to mention on the list? Yeah. Hey, how about that? That's great. How'd you get that? Did I send that to you? That's fantastic. Good. Yeah. Okay. I just got that email. So that's awesome. Aisles Online. If you are planning on doing some Aisles Online shopping, here's the deal. Holidays coming up. Not doing any orders for delivery or pickup on Thanksgiving. So keep that in mind. No orders. And then back to business as usual, kind of on Friday, right? Delivery afternoon. And then really back to business on Saturday. So that's great. I didn't even remember. I forgot that I sent that to you, Chad. I got to make a note for myself to mention that again tomorrow. Yeah, please check that out. If you do Aisles Online shopping, we appreciate your business. Just know that we do have a little bit of an adjustment for the holidays with those folks over there. 247 orders last week. Holy moly, that's a lot. That's a lot of grocery shopping on a phone or a computer. A lot of taking care of people. Get the flu shot. Last thing I'll say. Listen, two people. This is, and I promise you, this is not a scare tactic. Nancy Carlisle was here. She said that she had heard on the news, and it's true. Unfortunately, in the state of Iowa, 2 confirmed deaths from influenza. Get the flu shot. Get the fuel saver. It's about keeping yourself healthy. I can't stress it enough. Get the flu shot. Please, whether you get it here, I want you to get it here, of course, because you don't have to make an appointment. You could walk in. You could get the flu shot right now at 9:34 in the morning. If the pharmacy's open, there's a pharmacist there, get the flu shot. Whatever's going on with this year's strain of influenza, it's not good. So I guess that's just it. Like, I know that there's people that are like, I'll never get the flu shot. That's fine. But when people are dying from influenza, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to have to deal with that. So I got my flu shot. And again, I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just sharing information. And I just hope that you'll consider getting it done. All right. I feel like I've accomplished everything that was on my list. Let me just check to make sure there's no comments that I'm missing on the stream. All right. We're in good shape. I want to say thanks to our guests for joining us today. The great, the talented, the incredibly smart Nancy Carlisle, who is the Diabetes Education and Wellness Manager at Unity Point Health. She's just great. November, National Diabetes Awareness Month. Our friend Anna Mason-Garb, Community Relations Coordinator with Unity Point Health. Awesome talking to her as well. She's doing a good job. We appreciate their efforts for helping folks that are managing type 1 and type 2 diabetes. Tomorrow on the show, Paul Elsoff with Lefty and the Spinners. Coming on, talking about that show happening November 30th at the Salvation Army. I would be remiss to not tell you that the Salvation Army needs bell ringers for the Red Kettle campaign. It's going on right now. You can go to, what is it? What is it again? The website. I can't even think of it. Is it ring? Why am I'm having a total, this is a tired moment for me. Hang on. I'm having a senior Tony moment. The website is registertoring.com. Hello. Register2ring.com. You can sign up to ring the bell at a kettle like at Hy-Vee. We've got 2 of them inside, out of the element. Ring the bell. The goal this year for the Red Kettle campaign for Muscatine is $180,000. That is ambitious. They need bell ringers. If you're thinking you don't have money to donate, that's fine. If you have 2 hours of your time, you can make a big difference. That is for sure. Getting an update from my wife. Sounds like, oh my gosh, there's so much laundry at my house. Oh, I hope that you don't get this stomach bug at your house. It's not fun. And I guess I'll just have to work all day. We just keep the show going. What do you think? Thank you. Steve's going to sign my doctor's note. Honey, I got to work till 9 p.m. tonight. We're going to do a 12-hour version of this show. No, I'm kidding. All right, we'll be back tomorrow live at 8:30. Go to that registeredring.com website. Help out with Salvation Army. Come to see us here at Hy-Vee. Get that ham, get that turkey, get that flu shot, get that 12-hour sale tomorrow. It's all happening. And I hope you have a great rest of your day or a good evening. Get your vitamins, yes. Beef up on those vitamins. and save 10% off on Wellness Wednesday. Thanks to CBI Bank and Trust. Thanks to Toyota Muscatine and Team Staffing. Steve is flexing right now. He took his vitamins, doing a little flex over there. It happened. You didn't see it, but it doesn't mean that it's not happening right now to my left. All right. We'll be back tomorrow at 8:30 in the morning or at 7:30 and 10:30 p.m. on cable. Email me if you need anything, Hy-Vee@gmail.com. Also, last thing, if you're a caroler or in a choir at a church, we're looking to have more folks come into the store and do some caroling. Even if you can't carry a tune, Hy-Vee store director Matt Schweitzer wants this place to be full of carol. And now, with that being said, we're not afraid to make donations to like choir groups, churches, whatever. So keep that in mind as well. We're not looking for a free gig per se, and I've already got some great ones lined up. So just feel free, email me on that as well, Hy-Vee@gmail.com. That's it. We're done. Goodbye, y'all. Thank you, D.
Thanks for watching Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone.
Be very, very quiet while hunting wabbits.
We'll do it again tomorrow with more local guests from in and around the Muscatine community.
I'm trying to emote for the play that the alumni are putting on in Wilton this Friday, Saturday.
Questions, comments, know a great guest? Reach out to Hy-Vee Today with Tony Tone on Facebook or via email, Hy-Vee@gmail.com.